Chapter 2, The Keto Diet. Welcome to our channel. Food as medicine. You are what you eat. What is keto diet? The ketogenic diet is a low-carb, high-fat, and moderate protein diet with many health benefits. Numerous studies show that this diet can help a person to lose weight and improve general health. Ketogenic diets have been proposed to be significantly effective against epilepsy, diabetes, cancer, and Alzheimer's disease. Though a very low-carb and high-fat diet, the ketogenic diet shares many similarities with the Atkins and other low-carb diets. It ultimately reduces carbohydrate intake and replaces it with a high-fat intake, putting the body into a metabolic state known as ketosis. During ketosis, the body becomes incredibly effective at burning fat for energy by turning fat into ketones in the liver, also supplying power for the brain. This diet can significantly reduce blood sugar and insulin levels, among several other health benefits. Some history and origin of keto diet. The keto diet became popular and was adopted as a therapy for epilepsy in the 1920s and 1930s. It was developed to offer an alternative to non-mainstream fasting, which had illustrated success as an epilepsy therapy. However, the diet was eventually abandoned owing to the introduction of new anticonvulsant therapies. Though it was noticed that only most cases of epilepsy could be effectively controlled using these medications, they failed to achieve epileptic control in almost 20% to 30% of people with epilepsy. On the contrary, the keto diet was reintroduced for such individuals, particularly children with epilepsy, to manage and control the condition. The role of fasting in treating diseases has been used by humankind for thousands of years and was even studied in detail by ancient Greek and Indian physicians. An early agreement in the Hippocratic Corpus, on the sacred disease, illustrates how diet modifications played a huge role in the management of epilepsy. In Epidemics, from the collection, the author equally describes how he was cured of epilepsy after completely abstaining from eating food or drinking. In 1911, the first modern scientific study into the role of fasting as a cure for epilepsy was conducted in France. At that time, potassium bromide was adopted to treat epilepsy, but this agent caused a decline in the patient's mental capabilities. The study showed that 20 people with epilepsy followed a low-calorie and vegetarian food plan combined with fasting, and 2 patients recorded some significant improvements. However, most of them could not stick to the dietary restrictions. Again, the keto diet improved the patient's mental abilities compared with potassium bromide's effects. Another Mayo Clinic physician, Dr. Peterman, is credited for standardizing the diet into the classic keto approach, which is still adhered to today. Experts settled for a 4-to-1 ratio of fat to protein and carbs in this traditional method, with 90% of calories derived from fat, 5% from protein, and just 4% from carbohydrate. Even though these ratios are still considered the golden standard, a 3-to-1 ratio was equally regarded as beneficial. Historically, the acceptable and standard foods for the ketogenic diet included the following: fruits, avocado, berries, rhubarb, and coconut. Consumed in moderation: protein, soybeans, beef, eggs, pork, fish, poultry, and shellfish fats, both plant-based and animal. Non-starchy vegetables: broccoli, cauliflower, leafy greens, peppers, cabbage, and onions. Full-fat dairy, yogurt, cheese products, and milk. Nuts and seeds: almonds, pistachios, sunflower, pumpkin seeds, and walnuts. In the initial plan of the ketogenic diet, doctors focused on the importance of precision in measurements for accurate results, and foods were often weighed down to the gram before consumption to keep people on the right track. The result was that the keto diet was as effective as fasting for treating epilepsy and could be maintained longer. In its second phase of modification, the basics of the eating approach remained relatively unchanged. Still, nutritionists proposed that participants consume 1 gram of protein per kilogram of their total body weight, 10 to 15 grams of carbohydrates daily, and filling up the remainder of the diet with fat. How exactly did the ketogenic diet work? Scientists weren't sure. The primary theory was that the natural structure of ketones causes an anti-electrical effect on the brain, and these abnormal electric impulses trigger seizures, and getting these under control helps prevent outbreaks from taking place. By the 1990s, the ketogenic diet was forgotten, and people who studied it relegated it to the basis of historical curiosity and not a medical fact. The television show, Dateline, deserves much credit for reintroducing the keto diet to Americans. In October 1994, an episode reported the case of Charlie, a 2-year-old who suffered severe epilepsy and uncontrollable seizures until he began the keto diet. When Charlie sought treatment at Johns Hopkins Hospital, less than 10 children were administered the ketogenic diet a year. On that note, viewers saw how the ketogenic diet reduced Charlie's seizures, and the show sparked an explosion of scientific interest in the diet. The keto diet garnered so much attention that the child's father directed the film, First Do No Harm, in 1997, written from their experience with the diet, aired on national TV, and starred Meryl Streep. In 1921, endocrinologist Roland Woodyat stated that 3 water-soluble compounds, acetone, acetoacetate, beta-hydroxybutyrate, collectively called ketone bodies, were produced by the liver as a result of starvation. They are also produced as a result of a diet low in carbohydrates and rich in fat. However, in 1921, Russell Wilder from the Mayo Clinic called this the ketogenic diet, and adopted it to treat epilepsy. Shortly after the diet first gained popularity for treating epilepsy, doctors began noticing the benefits of ketosis that went beyond controlling seizures and managing epilepsy. Children treated with the keto diet were less irritable, more alert or active, and even easier to discipline. These children also slept better at night and equally had more energy, and further studies in the early 2000s backed these claims. Regardless of the proven success of this diet for treating epilepsy, it was pushed to the sideline with the emergence of anticonvulsant drugs. These drugs were developed and became mainstream in the following decades. As the ketogenic diet became less popular, fewer dietitians were trained in its usage, which led various people to implement it wrongly, eventually leading to negative outcomes and rumors that it was ineffective. In a few decades, the keto diet was reduced to nothing but a footnote of history. After the re-emergence of interest in the ketogenic diet, hospitals administered it as a viable alternative for treating people with epilepsy. Today, the ketogenic diet is easily accessible at almost all major children's hospitals and steadily attracts scientific interest for its role in preventing neurological disorders. However, the origin of the ketogenic diet is centered on only its effectiveness against epilepsy. Arguably, if treating epilepsy was this dietary pattern's only advantage, then fewer people would be interested in following it to this day. Most people today are interested in the keto diet for its ability to help them lose weight. Though it is not entirely clear when the keto diet first became a weight loss solution, the early and late 90s were easily dominated by the Atkins diet, which has a similar view on carbohydrates. The renewed interest in the effects of the keto diet has caused researchers to look at what it could offer even healthy individuals, and the findings thus far are impressive. Today, many people who follow the ketogenic diet do so for health reasons that supersede reducing seizures. What is the main use of the keto diet? People mostly use the ketogenic diet to lose weight, but it can help manage several other medical conditions, including epilepsy, heart disease, certain brain diseases, and even acne. The ketogenic diet has been used to produce helpful metabolic changes in the short term. In line with weight loss, health practitioners have stated that it helps improve health conditions related to being overweight, such as high blood pressure, insulin resistance, and elevated triglycerides and cholesterol level. There is equally a growing interest in the use of the ketogenic diet to treat type 2 diabetes. Why is keto diet popular? The keto diet has been heavily promoted by celebrities, constantly mentioned in numerous best-selling books, and popularized on social media as a potent solution to various health conditions, including chronic ailments. Proponents of the diet opine that it contributes to substantial weight loss and can effectively affect type 2 diabetes, drastically improve blood sugar levels, etc. The ketogenic diet is ceaselessly gaining a lot of popularity for several health reasons. It has been speculated to be helpful to millions of people in losing weight, maintaining a healthy weight, and improving general health. Weight loss is not the only reason for this fast-growing dietary lifestyle. Its popularity also stems from reversing the symptoms of various chronic weight-related issues, such as kidney problems, diabetes, PCOS, and certain types of cancer. The ketogenic diet is a regimen that increases lifespan and also enhances skin and hair conditions. Since the body has evolved to processing fats much better than carbs, the keto diet is suitable for maintaining health. Therefore, the ketogenic diet is increasingly becoming more accepted with each passing day. The rules of the keto diet. A healthy ketogenic diet must consist of about 75% fat, 5% or not more than 2,050 grams of carbs, and 10 to 30% protein a day. The keto diet focuses on high-fat, low-carb foods, such as eggs, meats, dairy products, low-carb vegetables, and even sugar-free beverages. This diet restricts highly processed items and unhealthy or saturated fats. The keto diet limits a daily carb intake and eliminates processed foods. The restriction of certain foods helps in weight loss and improvement of general health. The keto diet encourages non-starchy veggies, such as broccoli, asparagus, and spinach, which help supply the fiber that the digestive system craves. And since most vegetables are satiating and have fewer calories, people who regularly eat them often have lower BMIs, body mass index. What not to eat on a ketogenic diet? Avoid grains. Pasta, bread, and grains have a lot of carbohydrates in them and are not keto-friendly. Below is the grams of carbohydrate contained in one serving of each: 1 cup of quinoa 32 grams, 1 slice of whole grain bread 14 grams, 1 cup of brown rice 45 grams, 1 cup of cooked pasta 45 grams of carbs. Most people need to stick to 20 to 30 grams of net carbohydrate a day to remain in ketosis. With 14 grams in just one slice of bread, it doesn't leave enough space to eat anything else for a day. A cup of cooked pasta is already above the daily carbohydrate limit. Therefore, it is advisable to be grain-free when following the keto diet, including restricting rice, wheat, oats, barley, or any grains. Avoid added sugar. Restricting foods with sugar is essential to remain in ketosis. It is helpful to read nutritional labels to know the content of each food item. One serving of regular ketchup contains about 5 grams of carbohydrate, and it is usually made with corn syrup, where most of the carbohydrate is derived. However, there is no sugar added ketchup with only 1 gram of carbs per serving, and looking closely at the ingredients can help spot them before buying. Similarly, if the label has corn syrup or sugar as an ingredient, it is best to avoid it. Stevia, erythritol, monk fruit sweetener are keto-approved sugars because they do not add carbohydrates to meals. Restrict carbonated drinks. Though sodas do not contain carbs, they are high in calories, and the artificial sugars in them are bad for the body. Several studies have associated soda intake with an increase in risk for stroke and Alzheimer's disease. Other studies have revealed an increased risk for diabetes among people consuming soda or carbonated drinks. The artificial sweeteners in carbonated drinks can also cause a spike in appetite, thereby making it even more challenging to follow the keto diet. There are various keto-friendly drinks, such as keto coffee, hint water, unsweetened tea, seltzer, or sparkling water. Restrict the intake of juice. Fruit juice, tomato juice, apple juice, and other fruit juice are restricted in the keto diet, including the no sugar added varieties because they contain too many carbohydrates. In making fruit juice, there is often an extraction of the sweetest parts, which is complemented with added sugar for taste. Below is an indication of carbs in 1 cup of juice. Apple juice contains 28 grams, tomato juice contains 10 grams, grape juice contains 37 grams, orange juice contains 26 grams. Restrict corn from meals. Corn is a vegetable that grows above ground, but it's equally high in carbohydrates. Therefore, it's best to avoid the intake of corn when following a keto diet. 1 ear of corn contains 24 grams of net carbs, which is easily an entire carbohydrate daily allowance. Though most people call corn a vegetable, it is also considered to be a grain. Apart from restricting it from meals, it is also best to read nutrition labels and avoid eating any food item that lists corn, cornstarch, or corn syrup as an ingredient. However, they are found in a lot of packaged foods. Keto diet rules 2. Foods to consume in moderation. Certain foods are considered safe to be eaten in small amounts on the keto diet. Sticking to the keto regimen keeps the body in a state of ketosis, where it burns the body's fat for fuel in place of carbohydrates. However, some of these foods on this list contain carbohydrates but can be included in meals as long as they are within the daily macros limit and not eaten in excess quantity. Fruits. Track macros helps to know with how much fruit a person can eat. Though some fruits have lower carb amounts than others, they are rich in vitamins and minerals, essential for the body. Therefore, a person can include fruits in their meal plan to know how much to eat every day. Below are the carb counts of the best fruits to eat on the keto diet. Net carbs in 1/2 cup serving. Watermelon has 5.4 grams, strawberries have 4.7 grams, avocado has 2.6 grams, one lemon wedge has 0.5 grams. Blackberries have 3.1 grams, tomatoes has 2.4 grams, cantaloupe has 5.8 grams, starfruit has 2.6 grams, raspberries have 3.3 grams, rhubarb has 1.7 grams. Starchy vegetables. The best vegetables to eat on the keto diet grow above the ground. However, root vegetables are likely to be higher in carbohydrates. Here is a carb amounts of above the ground and below the ground vegetables. Above the ground veggies. Zucchini has 3 grams net carbs, yellow peppers has 5 grams net carbs, green beans has 4 grams net carbs, broccoli has 4 grams net carbs. Root vegetables, eat in moderation. Carrots have 7 grams net carbs, beets has 7 grams net carbs, radishes have 2 grams net carbs, celery root has 6 grams net carbs. Keto snacks. There are various keto snacks, including keto brownies. There are many keto recipes for snacks that will keep a person on track when they are craving one. However, a snack label reading low carb doesn't mean it may fit within a person's macros. It is best always to read labels and ensure that you aren't eating too many carbohydrates in a day. Another way to be on track when following the keto diet is always to remember the purpose of following it in the first place. Keto diet rules and regulations aren't meant to imprison people but enable them to remain in ketosis and reap the several benefits associated with this diet. It can be challenging to know what not to eat sometimes. It will be easier to plan all their meals and snacks. Spend a day and prepare meals for the week or more. That way, a person can stick to their budget, avoid impulse buying, and only buy food items that are keto or keto-friendly. What makes it a good diet alternative? Keto diet causes the body to release ketones into the bloodstream, and most cells prefer to use blood sugar from carbohydrates as the primary source of energy in the body. However, in the absence of blood sugar from food, the body breaks down stored fat into molecules known as ketone bodies during ketosis. In ketosis, most cells use ketone bodies to generate energy until a person starts eating carbohydrates again. The shift from using glucose to breaking down stored fat for energy usually happens over 2 to 4 days of eating fewer than 20 to 50 grams of carbohydrates a day. Ketosis is a highly individualized process, and many people need to stick to a more restricted diet to produce enough ketones. The keto diet restricts carbohydrates but is rich in proteins and fats. It is an excellent diet alternative because it typically includes unprocessed foods, eggs, fish, nuts, oils, seeds, and vegetables. However, the diet is quite restrictive and may be pretty challenging to follow over a long period. It is more beneficial than most low-carb diets. Studies have shown that carbohydrates are a part of at least 50% of a typical American diet. The American diet and obesity are increasingly becoming a problem in the United States of America. Evidence shows that the ketogenic diet reduces seizures in children, even though weight loss is the primary reason many people follow the ketogenic diet. Research shows that this diet promotes a faster weight loss when compared to people following a more traditional low-fat diet or even a Mediterranean diet. However, these differences in weight loss tend to diminish over time. A ketogenic diet could be a viable alternative to treat or prevent several health conditions and accelerate the process of weight loss. People who follow this diet have embraced sustainable changes because this diet is rich in fruits and vegetables, lean meats, fish, nuts, seeds, olive oil, whole grains, and even lots of water. tend to have the best evidence for a long, healthier, and vibrant life. WHO should use keto diet? Diabetes has involved changes in metabolism, high blood sugar, and insulin resistance. Since the ketogenic diet can help people lose excess fat, closely related to prediabetes, type 2 diabetes, and metabolic syndrome, people with diabetes should use this diet. An older study found that the keto diet improves insulin sensitivity by a massive 75%. Also, a small study involving women with type 2 diabetes found that following a keto diet for 90 days significantly decreases hemoglobin A1c, which is a measure of long-term management of blood sugar. Another study involving 349 people with type 2 diabetes found that those who followed this diet lost an average of 26.2 pounds, 11.9 kilograms, over 2 years. This is a significant benefit when considering the relationship between weight and type 2 diabetes. If you are enjoying this video, please subscribe to our channel. Subscription is totally free by pressing the subscribe button. Also, hit the notifications bell so that you will always be notified of new content on our channels. How common is keto diet? The keto diet has initially been a tool for treating neurological diseases, such as epilepsy. Notwithstanding, studies have shown that the diet can have benefits for several health conditions. The keto diet is typical among people with heart disease. The ketogenic diet can help improve the risk factors associated with heart diseases, such as body fat, blood pressure, HDL, good cholesterol levels, and blood sugar. 2. Cancer. The diet is currently being experimented with as an additional treatment for cancer because it helps to slow tumor growth. 3. Alzheimer's disease. This diet may help decrease symptoms of Alzheimer's disease and slow its progress. IV. Epilepsy. Study has shown that the keto diet can contribute to a significant reduction in seizures in children that have epilepsy. V. Parkinson's disease. Though more research is needed to validate this, a study discovered that the keto diet helps improve symptoms of Parkinson's disease. V. Polycystic ovary syndrome. The ketogenic diet can help decrease insulin levels, playing a significant role in polycystic ovary syndrome. 7. Brain injuries. Several research results suggest that the keto diet can improve traumatic brain injuries. How safe is keto diet? Though this diet could contribute to low blood pressure, kidney stones, constipation, nutrient deficiencies, and even an increase in the risk of several diseases in some people, it is medically considered safe. However, since keto is a strict diet, it could also result in disordered eating or social isolation. Keto is safe but not safe for people with health conditions involving the liver, pancreas, thyroid, or gallbladder. So, eat right. Eat wisely. And be happy. Here ends this video on the Mediterranean diet and weight loss. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to check out our other videos in this series. Food as medicine. Remember to subscribe to this channel. Goodbye. See you again soon.